Hi. Um, I don't feel like I need to do my intro because Past Will is about to do it for me, but I know we are in the middle of the fucking anniversary celebration, and it's something else that is not really a festive thing on the festive time. But I was saving it for the last episode of Northern Lights, but maybe not. Let's not do that. I come here to say that me and Pikamain have decided that we are not doing Northern Lights anymore. The reasons are private because I'm not really sure what Pikamain would want me to say. But I can say whatever the fuck I want about my reasons. My reasons that, hi, if anyone from Northern Lights, the dev team, is hearing this for some reason and somehow, please organize your goddamn audio files because I do not want to go look through 3 different ambient files to try and find this one and then think that, oh, I just can't find it. I guess it's somewhere really obscure that I'm not looking. And then 10 minutes later, I go look for a different ambient sound, and I find the thing that I needed to put 10 minutes prior. Sorry, it's just yesterday was very tiring. So I just had to let that out. But, yeah. I would just feel weird not voice acting this without Pikamain because Pikamain is the person that allowed this channel to exist. Like, without him, I would not be able to read visual novels because, sure, I might be able to do 10 different voices, but that would just be that. I'd just be reading through the visual novel without anything of value besides my voices. Pikamain is the one that allows me to be entertaining and funny because without someone to bounce off of, I just don't know how to entertain. And I guess that's something that I kind of need to work on as, content creator, tee, but for now, and for a long time still, probably, Pikamain is the sole reason that this channel is even a thing. So, if he decides that he doesn't want to do Northern Lights, I will accept that 100%, and I'm not gonna do it, and I'm not gonna do it without him. We started this together, and I'm not gonna bring someone else to just replace him. Because I can't. Sincerely, I can't. His voice for Devin and Aldrich, I just can't hear them any other way anymore. And I don't want to. There, here, enjoy the 4 episodes of Northern Lights left. Because, unfortunately, that's where it ends. Maybe way later down the line, when Pikamain is fine with reading Northern Lights again, or when I'm just going through my channel and see that we stopped doing Northern Lights and decide to try and do it on my own. Maybe then. But I don't want to. I don't want to betray him like that. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that I never will. So these 4 episodes are going to be my goodbye for Northern Lights. At least on this channel. I might read it on my own, but I haven't felt like doing that for a while. So even that, I'm not sure. But maybe my love for Cody will make me do it. Anyway, this was supposed to be just a small announcement, and it's already at least 5 minutes long. I don't know if with cuts it's gonna be less than what's actually recorded right now, but yeah. Enjoy these episodes. We poured our heart into them, so they're still good. It was only months after we recorded this that the whole I'm unsure if I want to read Northern Lights came around, so have fun. Hello everybody and welcome back to Northern Lights. I'm your host Will and this is...
Pikamain.
Yay!
I'm happy to be here today.
It couldn't be a Northern Lights video without me instantly hating on Leonard because fuck him. Anyway, last episode, Outpost. This episode, Outpost. Great, fantastic intro. Thank you, Will. You're welcome, Will.
The hug.
All right, yes, the hug. All jokes stepped away. I hurried to dry my tears. I was still nervous about sharing a bed with him, but at least I felt safe. Reminded once more that he wasn't going to let anything bad happen to me. After he plated up the chili dog for us, Aldrich leaned back against the wall and I took a seat in the only chair, my tail softly thumping as I happily enjoyed the warm, quick meal.
Oh, it's alright. I'm not much of a cook.
It's wonderful. What matters most is the spirit put in the dish.
I'm not sure how much spirit helps when you turn a whole chicken into a piece of charcoal. But like turning a whole chicken into a piece of charcoal. Yeah, sadly it might be true.
For that, you just
still...
need an exorcist.
But it's still the thought that counts, you know.
The shepherd chuckled softly, soon wiping his fingers clean, setting the empty plate on the counter.
I'm gonna take a leak. Can you make the bed up for us?
I nodded, and the shepherd wandered off the cabin, keeping under the roof of the tower. I paused, trembled, as I fussed with the sheets, taking me 3 tries to actually get all the corners tucked, soon spreading out the blanket and the pillows. The door of the tower creaked as Aldrich walked in, and as soon as I turned to face him, my maw dropped. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, where's your shirt, mister?
Did it go to Candyland?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. It's just a little thing. It's just some weird rhyme I grew up with. Never mind. Time and place.
I'm gonna have to voice act Horny. Horny being Cody after Aldrich. Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to voice act Cody being horny after Aldrich, aren't I? With his shirt off, the shepherd looked like an Adonis. His firm cut, toned chest and fur that looked softer than silk. Needless to say, I had a hard time, right? And also a hard time, if you know what I mean. Aldrich said... Sorry, I made it worse. Aldrich didn't seem to notice my stare, as he went and popped a few more pieces of wood into the stove to last us the night, letting my tongue a bit before I popped wood as well.
Okay. Damn.
I want to take my shirt off. I should. It's just a shirt. What's the big deal if I do? I kept thinking to myself, yet every fiber of my upbringing was yelling at me to keep it on.
Storm should be clear before sunset. We should get some sleep if you
Before
want to get to
sunset,
work.
damn.
Work in time tomorrow.
Before sunset, damn.
Sunrise. Fuck. I read it wrong.
I know, but it was kind of funny.
Storm should clear. I thought I was gonna redo it.
Well, apparently now you are.
Storm should clear before sunrise. We should get some sleep if you want to make it to work on time tomorrow.
Aldrich cocked a brow at the sight of me holding the bottom of my shirt, frozen stiffer than a statue, unable to actually move my hands upwards.
You can keep it on if it makes you feel more comfortable.
No, it's okay. It's just a shirt. I'm being dumb.
You're not being dumb. It's not your fault how you were raised. But it's your life now.
Shepard turned to look at me straight in the eyes, an encouraging, heartfelt, and strangely longing expression on his face.
You make the call.
Ring, hello?
You make the calls.
Ring, hello, tech support. My brain is being fried.
Me, when I have to read.
To weed?
Or do math.
You do drugs?
Read. Me, when there is reading and a math question. It's annoying. Words, why are you here in math?
I'm not supposed to be able to be reading in math. That's for English. Hesitantly, I pulled my shirt off, dragging it out for an excruciating amount of time, as with each passing inch I had to resist a renewed urge to immediately tuck it back down. Aldrich let out a noticeable huff after I finally crossed my shirt off, still wagging rapidly back and forth, pressing my arms over my chest, too nervous to make eye contact. You go first. Aldrich took one last sip of his soda before crawling into bed, leaving the blanket pulled back from me. He was facing me with a smile, trying to be as inviting as possible. Every nervous step on me towards the bed was a little faster than the last, my desire to be pressed against him slowly outweighing the fear of repercussions. Springs on the mattress squeaked as I climbed in. Pressed my back firmly to the canine, long tail draped over the shepherd's hip. There wasn't an inch to spare. Rather of us moved to make my room a vaulted floor. Aldrich soon pulled the blanket over us and nuzzled his pillow.
Good night, Cody. Sweet dreams.
As I lay there, staring across the room at the glow of the stove fire, I found it hard to sleep, my mind filled with thoughts of the shepherd. Hugging was one thing, but so closely, pressed so closely together, I couldn't pay attention to it. Even though he was still in his pants, the firmness of his— Okay! I couldn't deny how deeply I was attracted to his looks, his personality. I didn't want to make things weird between us. I was even terrified of how he would react if he found out about the way I kept thinking about him, stealing glances when he wasn't looking. I'm gonna get you in on a little secret here, buddy. I'm pretty sure he knows. I had known almost as soon as I hit puberty that my eyes were drawn to men. No matter how much I tried to convince myself otherwise, they always wandered back to any guy in a room with me. Never Tobin and Liam, though. I didn't see them that way. But most other guys I ran across made my body shiver. Why am I so scared? Still finding myself. To be scared anymore. I just want to be me. After what felt like an eternity, the sound of sheets of rain against the glass and the crackling of fire managed to lull me to sleep. Groggily, I opened my eyes. The sound of the storm winds had really picked up, occasionally rattling the windows of the tower. The cabin was rather cold now, barely any glow from the nearby exhausted, extinguished wood stove. Crawling out of bed, I wandered over and grabbed a few pieces of wood, dropping them onto the last barely burning piece of tin. Glancing out into the dark tree line, I noticed the rain had all but stopped, just a small drizzle now. Still enough clouds in the sky to blot out stars and moon. Doesn't fucking look like it.
Hmm? Ooh, I like that.
I don't. Then there's a lull in the wind. My ears twitched, a ghostly whistle filling the forest. Cautiously, I stepped outside onto the walkway, trying to pinpoint where the sound was coming. I think even if you wanted a break from horror genre, I think the horror genre is now coming to you, Cody. Smile. Haha. The night was frigid. Any summer warmth from the day prior completely taken away by the storm front. Just as I thought about heading back to bed, I noticed a faint lamplight amongst the trees. The whistling grew louder, faint tune, one that seemed familiar and beloved by its player. Fixed, I slowly made my way down the stairs, setting my bare paw on the soaked forest floor. Mindlessly heading towards the lamplight in the tree, the whistling tune grew clearer. I even found myself starting to hum along. Each new verse, I turned halfway through, as if only half remembering the lyrics of a familiar song. Standing just at the edge of the tree, I looked straight at the glowing lamp, which seemed just as far here as it did from atop the tower. Is someone out there? The moment I asked, the lamplight went out, leaving me in the forest, darkness once again. Even though the whistling was gone, returned in its place was a growing realization that I was only half dressed, wet from rain and turning into a popsicle. Hurriedly yet carefully, I climbed back up the tower. I wanted to shake off extra water, wipe my feet, and finally crawl back into bed. Sleep came faster this time. I drifted off without even a second of thought of the lamplight or the strange tune. Come morning, I was first awake, eyes opening to find that object had an arm wrapped around me, muzzle pressed into the scruff of my neck.
Aww. I want to see it. Aww. Are those sandwiches up there?
Yeah.
Huh. Sandwiches. Is that also a camera? Beside
Yeah.
the... I love the details. I love Hap's art style.
Did you know that he's Portuguese like me?
Yep.
Anyway, what I like the most is, take a guess.
The lighting?
Mm-mm.
Aldrich.
Mm-mm.
What is it?
The music!
No, of course it's great.
I just really like it, okay?
I know, I love it too. It's amazing.
I wish I had an inch of your talent, person who made the soundtrack. How slow his breaths were. I knew for sure he was still asleep. His strong grip around me felt safe, and a different way from how his hugs felt. As more of the night's sleep wore off, I realized there was dampness in my crotch, and I was instantly wide awake. Panic breaths as the situation became increasingly clear.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I love that expression. Cody's just panicking while Audric's just.
Do I voice act this scene?
uh,
Why not? I moved to power down, drawing back at the blanket a little to check the front of my pants. Sharing a bed with the shepherd had clearly given me my first wet dream in over a year, and I couldn't even remember what it had been about. Though I didn't want Audric to know I had, the mere thought of it was mortifying. Slowly, I moved an arm and grasped at his paw. As I tried to lift it so I could pull free, his grip grew stronger, holding me more firmly against him, his fingers spreading to have a better grasp of my chest. Okay. That's awesome. That's great. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. Please, no. Holding my breath, I carefully took hold of his wrist again, more firmly than my first attempt. It seemed to be working. Wriggling my way free bit by bit, slowly replacing where I'd been laying with the pillow I had been using that night. When I finally managed to slip free, Aldrich rolled over, still clutching my pillow, facing it. There was a clear dark spot around the crotch of my pants, even though most of the fabric seemed slightly damp. Still, I had to do something to hide it before he woke up. Good job, Cody. Rightfully looking around the cabin, I grabbed a roll of paper towels and ripped off a few sheets, furiously rubbing them into the fabric, trying to dry the darkest. Though it had little impact. Just stand outside, and I'll dry it. Putting on my shirt, just as I opened the door, Logic shifted a little in the bed, but soon settled back down, still cuddling my pillow. Finally standing in enough direct sunlight, I stretched the fabric out as much as I could, praying that the spot would show some mercy and disappear already. As I took in the beauty of a forest, waking for the day, that side of muddy paw prints on the ground, see my paws still a little dirty. You went to bed with those fucking paws, you dumb. Did I go outside last night? Logic was up soon after I was, joining me on the walkway, stretching his arms up to the sky, letting out a rather loud. Oh, Abada!
So cute. So beautiful. I love it. This this CG must have taken a long time making.
The background's
I can
same.
imagine. Yeah.
Actually, no, the lighting is different, so oh no.
It must have taken a long time.
Fixating on the fact that his nose was twitching, nervous, wondering if he could smell the evidence of the.
Morning, Cody. Did you sleep alright?
Morning. Yeah, kind of nice actually. It's even quieter here than down.
How long have we been recording?
20 minutes.
Ah. That's one of the perks of living in my camper. Right on the edge of the forest. getting to enjoy nights and mornings just like this one.
That sounds.
Yeah. I should know. I live basically by the forest. It's beautiful. It's fucking wonderful.
There's no denying the beautiful of the sounds of nature, like the plethora of beautiful birdsong, or the crisp morning wind blowing through the trees, completely untainted by chaotic noise society.
If someone put a cup of coffee in my paw, a place to sit in this forest, they'd have a very happy shepherd.
Takes
Oh.
notes. Maybe I could keep that in mind. Maybe I should keep that in mind. The bird braces his paws on the railing, leaning over his thumb to look down at the ground, while my eyes wandered down his backside and the way his tail had lifted. Stop it. You're gonna make stuff weird. So, you think it's safe to drive back to town?
Should be. My truck can go through anything. Just better have much light. Wait. Just better to have as light as possible when conditions get sketchy.
I heard that knock. What was that for?
It wasn't necessarily my door, but it was in the kitchen.
Ah.
My room is right next to the kitchen.
Ah.
We live in a small house.
We live in a society. Sorry.
Let me just reset the tower and we can head out.
While Aldrich dealt with the more official duties, I set about making the bed back to the way it was, packing out our trash from the and carrying things back to the grateful that my pants had dried enough for him not. Definitely. Yes.
Yes.
Agreed. Correct.
Yay. Very correct. Indeedy. Ah ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha. Soon enough, we're back on the trail. And been the right call staying right. A small chunk of the trail had washed out and took careful maneuvering to get by. Seeing the forest in the dawn light, the shimmering coat of rainfall gave an entirely new beauty to it, transforming it in a way that made it feel like yet another entirely separate world. Oh no, it's changing worlds.
So, what do you think about the park?
It's gorgeous, more than I could have even imagined. There's so much history to it, so many stories I could come up with about it.
Well, anytime you want to head back, just let me know. Plenty of secrets here for you to see.
Aldrich stopped briefly at the entrance booth, letting Ranger know about the washed-out trail. We're sitting back to town. By the time we'd gotten back to Video Den, where an hour had passed, it was hard to believe just how little time separated the town from the wild.
I'll be pretty busy most of this coming week. I think both of us will be with school be starting. I am so bad at reading out loud.
It's okay. Yeah, and I gotta settle into work. Winston makes me open the store myself later wants me to open the store myself later this week.
Sorry.
Tiniest of yawns
At
imaginable.
least, at least there will be no summer campus this time. I'm glad you're here to stay.
Yippee!
Hey!
His ears perked, that confident smile and the heavy thumping of his tail. My heart warmed. though my love for New Orleans would never lessen. I couldn't deny how quickly I was coming to enjoy Hasbunala, how swiftly fleeting any desire to leave had become. When Aldrich brought the truck to a stop outside Video then, I grabbed a pencil and scribbled 2 numbers on a napkin.
That one's for the campground, and the other is the store. Call me every time you want, okay?
Oh, baby girl, that was a mistake. I will, long as it's no bother.
For you, Cody? Nothing is a bother.
Okay, Bessie. Climbing out of his truck, I grabbed my purchases from college. Pushing around back for my keyring. Oh, right, yeah, college. Fuck Leonard, anyway. Aldrich glanced over it and smiled.
Hey, ask Vinny if you can have Thursday off, alright?
What for?
Missy and her band Missy and her band have a gig in the Cedar Valley. Figured we could go. What do you say?
I say that's where we end. I'm joking. Yeah, I'd love to meet her family and hear her band live.
Alright then. Just drop me a message if you get the night off. And I'll pick you up at 5 on Thursday. See you later, Otter.
Bye, Aldrich. Thank you again for the trip. Aldrich drove off, disappeared into my apartment. Still had an hour for my shift. Time enough to catch a shower. Actually, you know what? Why not? Let's end here.
I think it's a good place, yeah.
Yeah.
Yee.
Once again, the music in this fucking visual novel is a peak.
I think it's on SoundCloud.
I don't use SoundCloud.
Oh. But it's there. If anyone, you, the viewer, or you will, wants to listen to it.
Yeah.
It is on SoundCloud.
Yippee. As it deserves, because this shit puts me on cloud 9. Anyway. I hope you enjoyed this reading of Northern Lights. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, do any of those in any order, I don't mind. And even if you're only here for this episode, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye!
Bye!